Reddit Martian back with another tip-top video for you. r/AskReddit. Couples who have moved in together. What surprised you most about living with a male/female? I thought if I ever moved in with a girl, I'd have to be way less of a slob. Turns out I'm the neat freak in this relationship. You and me both. Dude. We've had fights over whether or not a Swiffer is as good as a vacuum. It's not. She refused to buy one, so I bit the bullet and got one on Prime Day, and our place is 100% cleaner. Edit. Not everyone has carpets, please chill. That your partner may follow you around the house just because. Is your partner, perchance, a puppy? My girlfriend has a hard time being alone when we're home. Basically every waking minute she wants to be together. I love her with all my heart, but sometimes I just want to be alone doing my own thing for an hour or two. Watching sports, playing guitar, gaming, etc. But when I leave for another room I can hear the disappointment in her voice. I'm working on getting her to understand my need for occasional alone time. I have never observed my wife put a bobby pin in her hair. I have found thousands of bobby pins in our house. I built a sunroom out of bobby pins and elastic hairbands. The new extra carport is coming along nicely. I once pulled Chewbacca out of the bathroom sink. Edit. Thanks for the silver. How often I'd be helping her find her car keys. Eventually, I put up a hook that I was able to get her in the habit of using. Made me tear up a little at the time, but a couple weeks after we split I remember getting a text from her that said I miss being able to find my keys. Everything has a decorative pillow on it. They are too small to be used for anything, and I'm not allowed to throw them on the floor or pile them all on one chair. The bed has a bunch, and a long tube thing. I'm not allowed to whack her with the tube thing. Where did these come from? Why do we need them? If they're just in the way, can we put them in storage? No? Okay. Babe. Whatever you want. Seriously, what are we supposed to do with the tube thing? Put it under her hips when you duck. His ability to be doing nothing. He can lay on the couch and stare at the ceiling and do nothing and think nothing. And he enjoys it. I would pull a muscle or pop something from the strain if I tried to do that. Edit. Thanks for the awards. I read it so he can nothing in peace. Sitting in the passenger seat and just stare at the roads. Not saying anything. Why are you so quiet? Are you upset? What's wrong? She's good at playing Tetris and very organized. I was living with my parents since I traveled for work and only made it home 1 or 2 weekends a month. She moved in with me at my parents' house. We had one room to store stuff. My bedroom, we bought things we need when we moved out when we saw deal too good to pass up, and she stored them. I realized she was good when we had to make 4 trips to get all our stuff out. 4 trips. This girl had boxes inside boxes inside boxes. She utilized every inch available in our room to stack items. We just bought a house and still have some boxes left to unpack. I will call her at work and say something like, hey, do you remember that blue paperclip I like to use? I can't find it. She will tell me which room, which box, what container, and what is beside it, just in case I still can't find it. After living with him for 4 years, I opened a drawer of his dresser, and it was empty. All of it. Apparently he thought it was my extra dresser. He doesn't use a dresser. Clothes get washed and put into a clean clothes hamper. He puts socks and underwear in his bedside table. Now I'm wondering what other furniture in our house is empty. I always knew women went through toilet paper faster than men, but I never knew how much faster they did. It got to the point I'd just grab a pack of toilet paper whenever I went to the store for any reason. We may not be out at home, but we will be soon, I reckoned. And I was never wrong about that. My mom and sister came to visit me a few weeks ago. They stayed for 3 days. 3 ducking days. Before they came I just cracked open a new pack of 4 rolls. It was gonna last me the month. They left me with nothing. Learning that there's a wrong way to fold towels apparently. My fiancée doesn't get upset about folding towels, but she did inherit a towel problem from her grandma. Decorative towels. In the kitchen and in the bathroom there are pretty towels with quotes and stuff. I hate it. What a useful item to put on display. It is literally meant to be wiped with and we aren't supposed to touch them. My wife has really long beautiful hair. I was not prepared to find that all in my butt and crotch regions as often as I do. I could never be prepared to have one stuck in my butt and have to pull it out like some mangy dog. I've never felt more violated or unclean than when I felt those hairs basically floss my lower GI tract. Somehow I swallowed a few and passing them is a really disgusting feeling. She has told me that hasn't happened to her too, which makes it weirder. My ex-wife had really long hair and I was constantly pulling 3-foot long strands out of my mouth. The worst was a maddening itch in my eye that I kept rubbing and rubbing until I realized I was pulling a hair out of my eye socket. Inch after inch I pulled out, feeling it tugging from under my eyeball. How the duck did it get in there? It's no mystery. The shirt is just everywhere. The true shock for me was the sheer amount of time my husband spends in the lavatory. She works from home, but the television never leaves. Bravo. I leave for work. Bravo. Come home. Bravo. Go on the elliptical. Bravo. 24 ducking hours of these catty women, and sometimes men, yelling at each other. Bravo. Always being on is like the only thing we fight about, which is probably a good thing. But Jesus Christ, always with the bravo. Even when I entertain her and say what show is this? Oh, Southern Charm. I don't really watch that show. Well, guess what? I've seen 50 episodes of Southern Charm passively when I come home, and I know you've done 20 times that. God damn it, I hate Bravo. I'm getting a divorce. Men are incredibly warm and sweaty while asleep, and will be sticky if they hug you as you sleep together. Edit. Today I learned that apparently in every relationship there's a furnace and an ice cube. No matter the gender. Obligatory award speech. Edit. I want to thank whoever gave me silver for indirectly saying my boyfriend is sticky. I was told that we would start arguing and being miserable. It ended up feeling like a super awesome constant sleepover. Don't let people scare you into not moving in with a significant other if that is what you both want. I remember moving into my first share house and there was a couple living there. One day we were all in the kitchen and she spilled some rice. I had never been in a relationship yet and my immediate reaction was, oh shit, here comes the anger, yelling and heated arguing. Instead they laughed and cleaned up together. It was eye-opening to see that normal people don't explode into argument over little things. How specific I have to be when giving instructions to do something. Like instead of saying wash the sheets I have to say wash and dry the sheets and pillowcases and put new sheets on the bed. Edit. Thanks for the silver. And for all those saying he's dumb / a child / I should leave him. I have 4 brothers and all but one would have done the exact same thing he did. I was hoping he would at least put the sheets in the dryer too. But whatever. Wet sheets aren't the end of the world. This is exactly what it is like being a programmer. How hard it is to get up in the morning when you have someone to snug. Edit. Holy wow, my first medal. Thanks stranger. Snugs for everyone. My first roommate was a girl. She was the slobbiest person I've ever met. She had been a co-worker for ages and was always neat at work. It was stunning. Her bedroom was just piles of clothes. The living room was clothes and jackets everywhere. Half-drank cups of water, you name it. I loved living with her. It was a very comfy mess. My wife is quite a bit more of a neat freak and has a cute little temper. Sometimes I wanna live like Shirley and Frank. I had that for a year. Me and my fiancée moved in together about a year before she passed away in a car accident, and the one thing I can truly remember being surprised about is how much more open we were with each other about anything. I have OCD and she never got to see how bad my panic attack could be until we moved in. She was so scared the first time that she called my mama, who I love dearly and has always been my source and strength even today, and asked how she could help me. Having OCD, sometimes you may feel something bad can happen if you tell what you are obsessing about. To this day I don't know what my mom told her, but Mama than Kayla could always tell when an obsession was building, and she got great about quelling the problem before it began. Spending all that time with her now we were moved and helped me become most aware and attuned to her needs and desires as a woman. I knew what upset her even if she didn't tell me, and all the little taboos when you first enter a relationship, such as bathroom habits and personal problems, became a thing of the past. It got to a point where I could talk to her about anything and everything. It's been almost 7 years since I lost her and I haven't had a relationship since her. I still mourn for her. I love you, baby. Do you know what you are? That's right, you're a champ. Thanks for watching. Like and share if you enjoyed. Don't forget the bell. Subscribe for more videos. See you soon, Martians.